Batman fact for you. Do you know, out of the 7 founding members of the Justice League of America, that Batman is the only member never to be killed? Do you know why? It's because Batman doesn't believe in death. And because the Batman doesn't believe in death, it doesn't apply to him. Why? Because he's the Batman. And because he's that good. Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video, and today we're going to be doing some news and some updates. And today's news topics will be Star Wars getting re-released yet again, Wonder Woman, a continuity question for you guys, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword's graphics getting changed a bit, and the Legend of Zelda 3DS Ocarina of Time, some screenshots, and some trailers released. So with that said, let's jump right into it with Star Wars. George Lucas, in his infinite stupidity, or wisdom, depending on what stupid universe you come from, has decided to re-release all the Star Wars films again. The prequels in the original trilogy. However, instead of remastering them these times, he's actually going to release them in 3D. Why? Because everyone else is doing it, and might as well make a quick buck doing it. See, George Lucas did some great work on the original trilogy. The best movies out there. The original Star Wars were awesome, and the prequels just horrible. But the thing is that George Lucas keeps on re-releasing these movies. He remasters them, does special editions, and now he's doing 3D. In addition to that, he's only going to release one movie a year, apparently. Now, this is just the information I got. So, for the next 6 years, for every year, there's going to be a Star Wars movie released in 3D. Now, for me personally, and this is just my own personal opinion, I don't think this is necessary. I think this is just George Lucas trying to drain the blood out of a nickel, squeeze it dry, get as much money as he can from these movies. Now, will I go see them? Probably not. 3D is a gimmick. It's a gimmick that's obviously working right now, but 3D doesn't really enhance the movie experience for me. It doesn't make the story any better. It doesn't make the characters stand out anymore. It just makes it more flashy. That's about it. So, I probably will not go see the new Star Wars movies in 3D. Do I think they should do this? No. From a business standpoint, I guess it's a good idea because they will make money off it. But from a standpoint of credibility, it just looks like they're trying to get more and more money, which is basically what they're trying to do. So, George Lucas is re-releasing the Star Wars movies in 3D. With that said, let's move on to our next topic. And if you have any opinions about this, please comment about it, because I would like to hear what you guys think, if you're happy with this or not, because me, I'm a little impartial, but I think it's a stupid idea. Wonder Woman continuity question. I have basically 2 questions, and this isn't really news, but I thought I'd throw this out there for you guys, because I was talking to my coworker about it. Now, I have not read any of the new Wonder Woman stuff. As you guys know, I buy all my stuff in trade. So when it comes out in trade, that's when I'll read it. But apparently the whole story is that someone went back in time, destroyed Themyscira and the gods and everything, and basically screwed up Wonder Woman's history using time travel as a weapon of choice. Now, my 2 questions are this. If someone went back in time and fucked up the fabric of reality via time travel, why hasn't Booster Gold and Rip Hunter gotten on top of that shit? Now, Booster Gold's whole comic, its whole concept is going to be to stop people from messing with the timeline. And he's done this on multiple situations. Why hasn't he done this to fix up Wonder Woman? Now, maybe this has been explained in the current Wonder Woman series, or maybe this has been explained in Generation Lost or Booster Gold. Maybe Booster's just too busy. I don't know. But this is a pretty big thing with a pretty big hero in the DC universe. So, does Booster Gold just not realize it? Which is a little silly, because Booster Gold realizes this stuff. He has a sense that time is getting altered. At least Rip Hunter can tell him that. Or two, does Booster Gold just not realize? Because I can honestly picture Booster Gold standing there talking to Wonder Woman and be like, "Hey, Diana, nice new clothes," and not realize that continuity has just been shifted and changed. But if something like this has happened via time travel, why hasn't Booster and Rip Hunter gotten on top of that? Please, if you have an answer, or if you would like to throw your opinions out there, comment below. Second question with the continuity of Wonder Woman: does Bruce Wayne know that Wonder Woman is being changed? Is he affected by the changes? Seeing that Bruce Wayne is kind of outside of time via the Omega Sanction, when the changes to Wonder Woman happen, does that mean he's affected by it? So let's just say Bruce comes back today, and he sees Wonder Woman changed up. Will Bruce remember Wonder Woman as she was, or as she is? So that's the question I have for you guys. Is Bruce Wayne affected by the changes in the timeline, or because he was outside the timeline, is he safe from these changes? These are some questions me and a coworker were going back and forth on, and I would like to hear your opinions on this. Personally, I think it's just DC not thinking through with stuff, especially with the Booster Gold, and just going to not touch upon that topic. But with that said, if there is an explanation given, please tell me. Moving on will be the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword graphics. Now, some new images were released of the Skyward Sword, some of them looking like they came from the demo, and these images seem to have pretty much the same graphics, only with a little bit of a darker tone to them. Now, personally, I don't mind the new graphics coming out for the Skyward Sword. I preferably would like to have graphics similar to Twilight Princess, there's no doubt in that, but I don't hate the new graphics coming out for the new Zelda game. However, a lot of people do hate the new graphics, thinking that it's some screwed up love child between the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. Whether or not this is the case, whether or not it's bad or good, it's really up to opinion. But, because there's been some kind of outroar by fans, some people believe that Nintendo has actually darkened up the tint of the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword graphics, particularly in these new screenshots, to kind of make fans happy. Because, to be honest, the graphics were very bright and in your face. However, with these screenshots, the graphics are a little bit more darker and a little bit more calmer to the eyes. Whether or not they actually did this, or if it's just an illusion of the eye, I don't know. I think Nintendo actually really did do this. But, if that's the case, really, why does Zelda have to be darker? Answer me this. Why does everything have to be darker? Whenever people ask for stuff to be done, they always want it darker, grittier. Why? When has a Zelda game ever needed to rely upon being darker? Okay, yes, there's been games like Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess that do have darker tones and darker themes in them, but that's 2 out of like 14 games. Zelda does not need to be dark to be good. So, with that said, do I care about the changes to the graphics? Well, I do like them a little better than what we had to beforehand, but I didn't mind the Skyward Sword's graphics beforehand. So with that said, I would like to hear your opinion. Would you like a little bit darker, more calmer color tones to the Skyward Sword's graphics, or do you like the bright kind of mix between Twilight Princess and the Wind Waker's graphics? Please let me know. And if you want to see these screenshots, you can probably find them almost on any major Zelda site. However, I found them on the Zelda Universe website. So if you want to hop over to that website and check out the screenshots, you can see what I'm talking about. These are very subtle changes, but it's enough to be noticed. Lastly, some images and some actual gameplay was showed for the 3DS titles on the Nintendo 3DS. Particularly, I'm going to be talking about the Ocarina of Time on the 3DS. On the whole, I'm actually a little disappointed. When I first saw the graphical changes to the 3DS Ocarina of Time, I was excited. I was like, wow, these graphics look good. However, they really didn't wow me that much when it came down to the actual screenshots that were released and the actual gameplay videos that were shown. Some of them looked exactly like Ocarina of Time graphics. Some things do look better, like Link having the strap across his chest and the hair looking bad and the face looking bad. But some stuff just doesn't look as good as it could be. For example, in the Deku Tree, they show in one of the game trailers that Link uses fire to burn down the web. But the web does not look any better than it did in the Ocarina of Time. Actually, the Deku Tree inside of it doesn't look much different from Ocarina of Time's graphics. So, the question is this. If you have seen these graphics and have seen these gameplay trailers, what's your opinion? Do you think that the graphics are necessarily better, or do you think they're pretty much the same as Ocarina of Time, with the exception of maybe Link himself and a few enemies? Personally, for me, I'm a little disappointed, but then again, I can't really fully express my opinions until I actually get my hands on the game. Yeah, the game. So, with that said, that's all the news I have for you guys right now. Some updates is that on my website that I'm working on, it's still a work in process. However, I put up the Nightwing timeline up there, and hopefully either today or tomorrow, knock on wood, I can get the Teen Titans timeline up for you also. I'm going to try to post up as many timelines as I can. I haven't been able to have time to do it, particularly because of school. And that comes down to how many reviews I'm going to be putting out. I wanted to put up more reviews that I actually did this week, but again, due to school, I was unable to put up any Outsider or Supergirl reviews that I were actually planning to put up. So, in the coming days, expect Outsiders and Supergirl's reviews. In addition to that, my girlfriend and I have watched the new DC-originated animated movie, Superman Batman Apocalypse. We watched it Wednesday, and today is Friday. I plan to do a review on that either tomorrow or Sunday. Like I said, I've been really packed with a lot of stuff. Every week I have a quiz in one class, and I had a huge test this past week, or this current week, on Tuesday, and the test was ridiculous. I passed and I did very good. I got a B+. The class average was like a D though. So, I'm happy with that, but I've just been so swamped with the homework that I haven't been able to do much. So, I have my niece's birthday tomorrow, and I'm actually going to be bringing her to Build-A-Bear today with my girlfriend. So, I'm going to be busy with that, but hopefully, I'm going to get some reviews out for you guys, okay? So, with that said, please check out my website if you want to get the timeline for Nightwing. The Justice League timeline and the Batman timeline are already up there for you guys. I'm probably going to post the Teen Titans timeline, then Wonder Woman, and I'm going to try to throw up a Flash timeline too, even though I didn't do a Flash timeline in the video. So with that said, if you have any questions, any comments, please leave them. I would love to hear them and read them. And as always, this is Andrew saying, peace out for now.